Hi everyone, Fina here from Fina Reads. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. We just passed Halloween and we're now sliding into the holidays. Weeks of last Christmas are upon us. Dark long nights, cold days, sweater weather. So we need reading material, right? So I asked my fellow BookTube friends to provide some recommendations for what we could read throughout this holiday season, and by golly, they delivered. There's everything: fantasy, thrillers, horror, romance, classics, trade published book, indie published books, popular ones that you've definitely heard of, but also hidden gems. Are you excited? I know I am, so let's jump right on in.
Hi, my name is Jake, and I'm from the channel The BookishDrummer.
And I'm his wife, Stacy, from the Chapter Conundrum.
And thank you, Josephina, for having us on your channel. We're here to talk about some holiday-themed books.
Yeah.
So the first one that I have to mention is...
The only one you have to mention.
Anyway, it's Krampus by Bram. And this is a very fun Christmas-themed horror book. And basically, what you need to know about this book is it's Krampus versus Santa Claus, and it's creepy, it's funny at times, it's very dark and disturbing, and it's got really fun pictures throughout the book because Bram, he does illustrations throughout the book. So it's a really fun time if you love horror and Christmas.
And I'm going to be recommending The Family Game by Catherine Steadman, and this is a decently paced thriller that follows Harry or Harriet. And she's an aspiring writer engaged to somebody from a pretty well-off family. And the premise of this thriller is mostly just her meeting her in-laws. And I think the first time they meet, her father-in-law slips her a cassette tape that has a recording on it. And when she listens to that, she gets some interesting revelations. Also, it's a lot about her first few interactions with her in-laws, and those happen over the holiday season. So they have some quirky traditions, to say the least.
Hello, my name is Venus from the channel Venus Escapes to Read. Thank you so much, Vina, for inviting me on this collaboration. I did not necessarily pick a holiday themed book, but I did pick something that I always gravitate towards in the winter when I want to do a reread, and that is Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This is a perfect series to start if you have not started it. Why not, though? Or if you want to reread in the winter. Winter is coming. That is a major theme of this series. If you know, you know. This is grimdark fantasy at its peak. There are so many dark characters to absolutely fall in love with, root for, or despise. You get to follow all of the houses that are trying to fight for the Iron Throne. So I highly recommend checking out Game of Thrones if you have not already read it, or if you are in the mood for a reread. Thanks, Fina.
Hey Fina, thank you for asking me to be a part of this project. You asked me what is one of my favorite holiday-centric books. And for me, since joining BookTube, it has to be Death of a Christmas Salesman by Patricia Meredith. This is essentially a murder mystery set in the North Pole, where our investigator is a snowman, Sam Shovel, who comes to life every Christmas season for 30 days, and here he's decided to kind of investigate some mysterious goings-ons and deaths that have occurred at the North Pole. It's very festive, it's got cookie recipes in it, it's just fantastic, and I don't think you can really go wrong with this North Pole Christmas murder mystery. It's fantastic.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm from the channel Fairy Reads. First off, I just want to thank Vina for inviting me to be part of this video. Super fun every time I get to do anything with her. So I'm actually cheating with my recommendation a little bit because I did pick 2 books, but as I'm sitting here looking at them, they're more and more similar, so I'm gonna count it as one. I live in a place where it gets snowy and cold and dark, so for me, when I read a book that kind of captures that feeling, it always kind of brings me to winter and holidays. So the 2 books that I picked are The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden and Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. And I know I'm not the first person or the last person to talk about both of these books as similar things. They definitely do have very similar settings. The Bear and the Nightingale takes place in medieval Russia and follows a young girl who can see things that other people can't. Spinning Silver follows a couple of different women, the main character being a daughter of a Jewish moneylender who is kind of taking back her father's business. By doing that, catches the attention of some mysterious fae creatures. And both of these are set in the winter. They have that very cold, dark winter setting. I mean, like, even in the cover of The Bear and the Nightingale, like, look at how dark and cold it looks. I was also thinking about the characters in both of these books, and Vasya, the main character in The Bear and the Nightingale, is a very, like, strong character in the sense that she does not let anybody else dictate how her life is going to go. And then I was thinking about the characters in Spinning Silver, and they actually feel that way to me as well. So I feel like both of these books also just have, like, very strong women who won't let other people tell them how their lives are supposed to go. Love that. They both have kind of fae-esque magic, very folklore rooted. So I love both of these books, and they definitely scream winter. Sorry for cheating and picking two, but because they feel so similar, I had to mention both of them. I could not pick one over the other.
Okay, hi. So I'm Amanda, and Fina asked me to share a holiday book. This is Django, who's dressed for the holidays. Anyway, I picked two romance books, one that I really enjoyed and one that I didn't so much enjoy, but I feel like if you like this trope, then you would really like it. So first, for the one that I really liked, it's called The Christmas Pact. Also, for some reason, I only found holiday books that were romances that I read. Maybe I need to broaden my horizons. And thankfully, we have a video like this one, so I will be able to get more ideas maybe from other people. Anyway, The Christmas Pact by Meg Easton is about two people who are calling off Christmas this year. They're skipping Christmas for different reasons for each one of them, but extenuating circumstances happen, and the two of them agree, they make a pact, to do Christmassy things together. And because they're working together, they, of course, fall in love. So it is a cute little book, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then the other book that I wanted so much to like, it's called The Plight Before Christmas. And I really enjoyed the banter with the main character's dad, the female character that we're following. Her dad was just the best, and their whole family was pretty good. However, I thought some of the siblings were just a little bit too mean to each other. And also, this is a second chance romance, also like enemies to lovers, and I don't like either one of those tropes. And so maybe it was just the two of them put together like that really turned me off. I mean, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but for me, that's not very good. So anyway, both of these romances were good in their own ways, and maybe somebody will really like The Plight Before Christmas. It just wasn't the best for me. Anyway, thank you, Fina, for letting me join in on this.
Hey there, I'm Chaz from the channel BookishDrummer. I'm so glad that Fina asked me to be part of this video. And the book I want to talk to you about today is The Hogfather by Terry Pratchett. This is part of his very massive Discworld series, and it is a satirical take on Santa Claus. So instead of the sleigh being pulled by reindeer, the sleigh is pulled by 4 hogs, and at some point early on in the story, the Hogfather goes missing, and Death, another one of Terry Pratchett's characters, has to take over for the Hogfather and make sure all of the gifts are delivered on Hogswatch Eve. And it's just an absolutely hilarious romp, because Death is not supposed to be the Hogfather, and all he does is go around and think about things and life and philosophize, and every once in a while he gets something done, and just so much weird and wacky stuff happens. It's a lovely book, and I highly recommend it, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, Ian the Reader here. Thank you so much to Fina for inviting me to be a part of this video, sharing with you guys books that I recommend for the holidays. So, I have two recommendations here. Very, very different, but both 5-star reads from me that are absolutely amazing. The first is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This is a story of a young man who is going to his freshman year of high school. It's about all of his experiences there dealing with a new environment, past tragedies and trauma, as well as just a coming-of-age story. This book takes place over the entire school year, but there are some really pivotal moments that take place during Christmas time, and I just always think of those scenes when I think of this book, so I think it's a really great one to pick up during Christmas season or the holiday season. And complete opposite end, I have The Shining by Stephen King. It's perfect for this time of year. We follow a family who are caretakers for this fancy hotel up in the Colorado mountains during winter. You know the story. But maybe you've seen the movie but haven't read the book. I highly recommend The Shining, the book. It's really amazing. The Perks of Being a Wallflower is really amazing. I recommend both of these books for holiday season. I hope that you read them if you haven't already. Happy holidays, everybody.
And lastly, I wanted to share two book recommendations as well, starting with The Wolves of Winter, for those of you that want a book where winter is already here. This book is about a family living in the middle of nowhere, Canada, Yukon, surrounded by nothing but snow and the wilderness. And one day, the 23-year-old daughter is going out hunting, and she meets a stranger and his dog called Wolf. Maybe it is a wolf. I'm not 100% sure anymore. And she brings him home to their house in the middle of nowhere, and things are changing afterwards. Very vibey book, so you definitely want to cuddle up in a blanket, have a hot drink with you, and do nothing else while you devour this book. The second book I want to recommend is a book I actually haven't read quite yet, but it sounds so good that I wanted to bring it up anyway. I will definitely read it this year, and that is Christmas and Other Horrors, a short story collection that is all about the winter solstice by authors, as you can see, that are very well known. A lot of them that I already like, some of them that I definitely wanted to try out. So I'm excited to dig my teeth into these horror stories. Leaving you with Because the Weather Outside is Frightful, but the Fire Inside is Hungry. I hope you found a book or two or three that you are adding now to your holiday TBR for this season. Please don't forget to check out all these wonderful booktubers that provided their recommendation. All their channel links are down below, so go over there, check out their videos, subscribe if you like them. Then there's nothing else to say other than have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope I see you soon with my next video.